Hi guys, I'm sending you this information for you to check what we have been doing in class and for you to be ready for the quiz that we are having next Tuesday. This information is about free time. It's unit 4 from the descriptor. And remember, as I said before, that we're going to have a quiz which is going to be on Tuesday, November the 26th, and you have to study units 3 and 4 from the descriptor, which is all about the simple present tense. Now, if you study from the book, you study units 4 and 5 from the textbook, and remember that you can also go into the platform and go into Click English 1, and you can check unit 3 and unit 4. So do it because it's going to be great help for you. Now, this unit is about free time activities, and right here, my first question to you is, what do you do in your free time? What are the typical activities that you have in your free time? Are they hobbies? Are they sports? Typically, the activities that we have in our free time are related to that, to hobbies and sports. For example, play a musical instrument, go shopping, play soccer or football or basketball, listen to music, read your favorite book, check your email, chat with your friends online, have a friendly gathering or have a family meeting, go out with friends, have a coffee with friends, write poems, write novels or draw, watch Netflix, watch movies, go to the cinema, and play video games. So which of this one is your favorite one? When we ask for information about routines, what we're going to do is to ask WH or information questions. Remember that in English we have two possibilities. We have questions where the answer is going to be yes or no, and we also have questions where in the answer we provide the information. These questions are the ones that we called WH questions or information questions. Pay attention over here. If you look at the questions over there, you can see, do you go to the movies once or twice a month? So the answer has frequency. So the best way to complete the question is how often? How often do you go to the movies? Once or twice a month. The second one, my best friend. So over here, we are asking about a person. The best question is, who do you go to the movies with? And in the last one, it says to restaurants and clubs. So we have to make a question asking for a place. Where do you go with your friends? Right there. Where do you go with your friends? And that is going to be to restaurants and clubs. All the questions that begin with who, what, when, where, etc., are what we call the WH questions or information questions. Take a look into this, which is from the book on page 45. Right there you have, and you can remember the structure. Take a look over here. The first column is going to be the WH question. Then we have do or does. Then you have the subject, and then you have the verb. And of course, in some cases, we have the complement. The question word is going to be related to the answer that you give. So take a look over there. What do you do in your free time? Meet my friends. Who do you go out with? A friend. Where does she go? To the movies. How often does he eat out? Twice a month. When do they go out? On the weekends. So right there we have, as I said, an information question where you provide the information in the answer. If you remember over here, every time we make questions about, routines and free time activities, we can make questions with these questions word. Take a look over there. If you want to ask about a person, then you're going to ask who, quién. Where, if you ask about a place, dónde. When, if you ask about time, occasion, or moment, cuándo. Why, if you ask for a reason or explanation, ¿por qué? What, if you ask for a specific thing or object, ¿qué? How, if you ask for a way, manner, or form, ¿cómo? Which, if you ask about choice, ¿cuál? How many, if you ask about quantity, especially with countable nouns, ¿cuántos? And how often, if you ask about frequency, ¿con qué frecuencia? You use these questions words, and then you're going to use auxiliary, which is do or does, subject, verb, and complement. Take a look over here. This is going to be your turn. What you have to do is to choose the correct question word that we have over there to complete the questions that we have in here. How do you do it? You have to pay attention to the answer. Look at the first one. It says at 7 a.m. The answer is the time. So what is going to be the best question word for that? You can say, when do you get up? Or what time do you get up? Number 2, the answer is in Ñuñoa. So tell me, what is the best question word? Exactly, where does he live? Number 3, it says because I love it. So over there, I'm giving a reason. What is the question word you're going to use? Very good. You say why. Why do you study English? In number 4, we have with my mum. It's a person. So to ask about a person, I have to use who. Who do you live with? And number 5, we have on weekends. So right there we have time. Which one is for the time or a period of time? Very good. We say when. When does your friend work? Number 6, it says never, which is frequency. And do you remember how to ask about frequency? It is how often. How often do they go dancing on Friday? And finally, we have the answer tourism. So we want to identify the item, the action, in this class, the career. So what do you study? So what you have to remember once again is that these WH or information questions are made so you can provide the information that people don't know. You use the question word, what, when, where, which, who, whose, why, how much, how many, what time, how often. Then do or does, then the subject, then the verb, and sometimes we have a complement. Hope this helps you. Study for the quiz.